We have 2 visitor centers, as you know, because you've been in the one in the plaza all the time. You went in the south. We answer all sorts of questions. We get them through Facebook. You're going to help me answer some of the questions. Okay, so this is a section that we call We Get Questions. Okay. Ready?
I'm ready.
This one, someone emailed us this one. Some people are planners. I'm not a big planner. This person's a planner.
Yeah.
The question is, what would the weather be like visiting the end of February?
It can be variable. Most of the days at the end of February are quite lovely. Mm-hmm. I played golf many a day in February. The first 2 years of my business, I did tours every day in February.
Right.
This year we had the wettest weather in 42 years. So
it's a little wet.
It's supposed to be another El Nino year. It might be a little damp, but end of February is some of the very, very best time to be here.
Right.
Because everything's green and lush.
And then sometimes you get mustard growing in the fields as yellow flowers.
We love
phenomenal.
That, yeah.
You're right. And compared to Pittsburgh, the end of February is a little different there.
We're not shoveling snow.
No. So it doesn't snow very much in Sonoma. If it does snow, it's always up on the mountains. I think I've never really seen snow stick here, but it could rain, but it's not, it's fine. It's not.
February's a nice time to be here, and it's not as crowded.
Good. All right, here's another one we got via Facebook. This one's right up your alley because you do it. I need recommendations for some top reds, cabs, petite sirahs, tastings in the Sonoma area. Also, some of the best whites, Chardonnays, and Rose. I love, by the way, they said top reds, and then they named every other wine. So, cabs and petite sirah in the Sonoma area. What are some good ones?
Well, there's big, bold cabs.
Right.
I happen to like the reds at Three Fat Guys.
Okay.
I think their Pinot Noir is my favorite glass of wine that I like anywhere.
Okay.
They have a big, bold
they do. Okay.
Rutherford cab that's reserved here.
Huh. Okay.
And they also have good cabs. I think they have nice reds at Sebastiani's.
Okay.
I love the Pinots at Walt.
Oh, yeah.
Walt has very nice Pinot.
Which is right by the plaza.
And there's some good reds at Gunlock Banshu.
Okay. So those are good. What about, see, this person also said some of the best whites, Chardonnays and Rose. Now, Chardonnay is technically a white wine, technically. Are you a Chardonnay drinker? Do you like Chardonnay?
I'm actually not, I don't like whites that much, but there are some whites I'll drink. I like the Rosés.
Okay.
And especially if they're the real rosé and they're not just a crush of a bunch of red grapes. A couple places that I go that they'll make the rosé and it's just a little pink because they'll take the skin out after about 2 hours.
Right.
So I like that.
Just touches.
And then the Chardonnay is usually dry and buttery for my taste. Once again, I like Three Fat Guys Chardonnay because it's two really interesting things. If you look at Sebastiani's Cherry Block Cabernet.
Right.
It's grown in a place that was a cherry orchard for 60 years. The last 58 years, it's been all Cabernet.
Okay.
Lo and behold, it still retains the cherry essence.
Got it.
Same thing with the San Giacomo fields. They're Chardonnays, which I drink a lot at the Three Fat Guys.
Right.
It's 58 years of Chardonnay. 60 years before that, it was pears and apples. So you're talking about that fruit forward, somehow carrying forward into it.
It has that essence right there.
So, yeah, and I also like...
you like anything sparklings?
Like sparkling, yeah. We have some really, really good champagnes. We can't call them champagnes.
No, the French, you can write your letter now. You get 2 letters. You said it twice.
Yeah.
All right, that's good. That's good. Here's a good one, and it's apropos because we are taping this around a 3-day weekend. So here's the question we got. What's a good way to spend a 3-day weekend in Sonoma Valley?
Well, one of those days I would go out on a PushPak tour.
Would you?
I definitely would.
Very good.
Another day, I would definitely do some hiking.
Okay.
Sonoma Valley has amazing hikes, especially if you consider Kenwood part of it, because we go right up to there.
Yeah.
So Sugarloaf
it's good
and
spot.
the regional park is fabulous, and Montini and the Overlook Trail.
Good ones.
So I would do all of that.
Well, you mentioned Sonoma Valley Regional Park, which pretty plain name, pretty good spot. It's even mobility accessible because they have a paved trail that goes all the way from 12 to Arnold, essentially, almost into the town of Glen Ellen. And that's a great little hike / walk.
Yeah, and then, of course, we have amazing restaurants. But there's a lovely air balloon tour that
really?
comes out of the airport. That's really nice.
Yeah, that's a good
Yeah,
one.
so we like to support
Okay.
Sonoma Balloons.
Good job. I didn't even think about that. I mean, I brought every other type of transport because I thought I'd talk about that. But the hot air ballooning is a fun thing. If you're here for a 3-day weekend,
Yeah, we
you might
send
as well do
business
that.
to each other.
Yeah?
I like what they're doing. They like what I'm doing a lot.
It is pretty neat to see the balloons over the valley. It's good.
And then, depending what time of the year is, Tuesday evening we have a lovely farmers market. I have a
right.
tour that's 36-person tour, and they said they wanted to end the tour at the farmers market, and they're going to have all their people use the food trucks.
You're going to drive up on a little push bike.
I'm on a whole bunch of them.
That's
and
fantastic.
We're going to drop them off, and then they're going to have some people from their staff
Right.
set up the tables and the things, and they're just going to be in the park for a Tuesday. I myself love, if you're here for a long weekend and it includes Friday, I love our Friday morning farmers market.
Yep.
It's a real farmers market for farmers, and that gives you a feel of this town. Sonoma, what you can't forget is this is still a small town. We may be getting caramelized a bit. That was always my joke when I moved here, is we didn't want to get caramelized.
Caramelized like caramel.
But you have such a beautiful place that we live. People are going to want to come here and,
Right.
and do fun stuff. And if you want to be very, very, very active, do some hiking.
Yeah.
We will be doing by early next year a thing called Trike and Hike, which is instead of having wine in the middle of the tour, and we're going to launch it in the winter period when we, as a valley, are always talking about some non-wine
Some
opportunities.
little winter wellness going on there, right?
and,
Yeah.
and everything around wellness. Also, my friend has a really nice bike tour company as well. That I love what they're doing also.
Yeah, there's some bike rental companies here. We have both the Wine Country Cyclery and Sonoma Adventures. They do great tours.
they're good
Hunt
people.
Daly's been on here. Actually, it's funny. Before I came in here, I went to the visitor center and kind of grabbed all the different ways to see what's there. And I'll read them off. Of course, we have like Sonoma Valley Wine Trolley. Leaves at 10 o'clock.
that's
That's
great.
nice.
Yeah,
Take a little tour there. We've got Active Wine Adventures. He takes people out on hikes.
Yeah, I know.
Those things there. I've got the Sonoma Food Tour. They do walking tours.
Yeah, they're
right?
very interested in collaborating with me. They want to get to a broader walking space.
We've got the cannabis tours, Happy Travelers tours from
I'd
Van.
like to see that one.
Oh, from Van?
It's interesting
Yeah.
because Sparks has come to me and they asked me if I would be willing to instead of having wine tasting, do a little bit of cannabis tasting in the middle of my tour. And I said, we'll get back to you.
You got to figure that one out. But that's the local dispensary there. Then we got destination drivers, and they will drive your car if you're looking for that stuff. We've got if you want to go higher end, pure luxury.
I like
luxury. We got platypus tours, which is also a driven tour, but there. Canopy tours, which is not here.
Canopy's nice.
But you can go do zip lining through the redwoods, which is really nice. But then I said the most important, of course, Howard, is PushPak.
And you know why we
nice
save the
one
last for best for last. But it's an interesting thing because people ask me what's the difference, and here's this short, easy answer. You can go into any tour bus and have steel and glass between you and the world, or you could be in open air, spending 3 or 5 hours like you're on a magic carpet ride, going through Sonoma Valley, smelling the fragrances, people waving to you. It's a much more interactive experience. And for some reason, whatever we're doing, we're building community even each day.
Right.
I had this amazing experience about 3 months ago. I had 5 couples that didn't know each other. We did the tour, and at the very end, they said to each other, "So where are we all going together for dinner?"
Oh, look at that.
So it was kind of like...
built the community, right?
Kind of like that email from Dora.
Yeah.
It had that same feeling like, well, we did something right, that these people wanted to continue
That's great.
being together the way we were.
I love it.